What's up? It's Deanna, and I am currently on the road. I am doing a cross-country road trip. I just moved from Orange County, and I am moving to Michigan. You see my car is packed to the damn ceiling, or roof, whatever you want to call this. I drove 6 hours, and I stopped in Utah. I did a relatively short hike at Zion National Park. It's sprinkling a little bit. What's going on here? Yeah, I did a short hike. I did the Watchman Trail at Zion National Park. Got a little bit of food, got a nice cold brew at Perks, which is actually really good. It tastes really fresh. Let's see, what else did I do? Currently on my way to my first Airbnb. This trip is going to take me about 3 days. I personally would have wanted to take a little bit longer so I can do more sightseeing on the way, but the way my budget is sitting right now, can't afford it, so I'm trying to drive the maximum in my first 2 days. So today I'm driving 12 hours, tomorrow another 12 hours, and then the third day about 8 hours. So I left my last day to be the shortest distance or duration because I know I'm just going to be tired. I started the drive at midnight from Orange County. Well, I was supposed to leave at midnight. I left a little bit closer to 1, so I probably left around 12:40. Excuse me. Shit, my bad. Left about 12:45 a.m. After passing Vegas, I was fine. I was tired, but not too tired. I drank a Red Bull around 2 a.m. so that helped me push through. I think around that 5th hour, I was like, I need to stop and rest. Darkness, I was gonna take a nap, but I was like, nah, let's just grind through this 24 minutes. So then I drove the next 24. And then when I got to Zion, I took a nice little hour and a half, 2 hour nap before I started my hike. And yeah, got that little nap in. That was the only sleep that I had so far. But I believe I am about 3.5 hours away from my first Airbnb. I'm stopping in Colorado. Yeah, so day 1, doing pretty good. Planning to get some good sleep tonight, so I'll be pretty good for tomorrow. One thing about tomorrow is I won't be leaving at midnight, so there might be more traffic, and that might be more fatiguing, because having to deal with other drivers, it's just doing too much. But yeah, I wanted to document this because before I started my trip, I was definitely looking at some YouTube videos on other people who did cross-country road trips. This is a 34-hour drive. And I did watch one girl's video, and she was super emotional, leaving family and leaving home. I think she left from Alabama and went to California. But it was just interesting to see how impactful that experience was for her. I would say for me personally, I'm not as emotional, but I think that's also because I hit a point in my life where I just felt ready to go. I love travel, I love exploration, and this is a big career move for me. This is a good spiritual journey for me. So, and I also didn't feel like I was leaving anything behind in California. Yeah, so I felt ready to go, and it's exciting. I'm ready for this new chapter. I just got my master's degree from Cal State Fullerton, and now I'll be working at the University of Michigan as a strength and conditioning coach. Yeah. Y'all know how the rest goes. So I just broke ground in Colorado, and as I'm sitting here, I just want to go over some things that have been helpful on this 12-hour journey. I have about an hour and a half left of road time until I get to my first Airbnb, and yeah, so paper towels, have been helpful. Because when you eat on the road, it can get messy. So that's helpful. I like to stay hydrated. I have a 40-ounce hydro. So sometimes I have to pee and there's no bathroom. So cups come in handy. On a full bladder. This is not enough, but it gets the job done. Yeah, so I got a nice little stack sitting in my door waiting for me. Yeah, being outside as a woman is not fun. I'm gonna just leave that at that. Some people might have a different experience, but I don't like it. I don't know which way I'm going. Okay, I'm back. So other things that have been helpful is having good entertainment. So I listen to a lot of podcasts. Podcasts have really gotten me through today. Again, today was a 12-hour road trip for me. But for the last 2 hours, I've been listening to music. I've been in here vibing out. You feel me? So that's been good. Tomorrow I plan on re-listening to some old audiobooks that I've already finished because I can't afford to buy more right now. So I'm just going to re-listen to some old ones. A few people have reached out. My mom has called me 3 times now. A few friends have texted me, making sure I'm okay, just checking in, stuff like that. What else has been helpful? Hand sanitizer. Snacks. It can get hungry out on the road. I'm almost to my Airbnb, and I did have a home cooked meal that I did pack away. It's been sitting out. I mean, it is in the bags that can retain or keep food cold or keep food hot. It's in one of those. After 12 hours, I don't know what it's gonna be like, but guess who's still gonna eat it? Yeah. I wonder if anything else can come to mind. Yeah, entertainment was a big piece in helping me stay awake. Take breaks. I am the type of person I need breaks. I need to get out of my car, stand up, stretch, move around, get some jumps in, get my blood flowing. That's important to me. And I also know physiologically how sitting in one place for hours is not the best thing. So sometimes I'll go based on mileage. Sometimes I'm okay, I want to hit an even number. I want to wait until I hit 400 miles left, and then I'll, stop for a second and stretch. Or I'll go by time and say, okay, at 3 o'clock, I'm going to take my break. I don't want to say it hasn't been too consistent, but I try to do a stop once at least every 2 hours. But yeah, I am getting hungry though. I can't wait to get to my stop. I need a shower after my hike. I was all sweaty. Can't wait to change, wash my face, all that good stuff. Yeah, nice shower sounds good. And yeah. Oh, it's so bright. Good morning, everyone. It's day 2, and I've been driving for about 4 hours now. I started driving at 3 a.m. and it was too dark for me to record, so I had to wait until I got to my first destination, which I am now in Denver, Colorado. I didn't take any breaks yet, so I'm gonna find somewhere to stop and eat so I can get up and stretch, move around. My nose is running. Definitely a little sick, not too crazy. Before I started the trip, I was catching a fever, had a headache, nose is running a little bit, but I've been taking some Dayquil, so I feel fine, pushing through. We getting through it, y'all. Interesting city, very interesting. Right now I'm just rolling. And my destination today, I am aiming to get to Des Moines, Iowa, which is about 12-13 hours from where I just came from, Paonia. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Paonia, where was I? Paonia, Colorado. Yeah, so I need to get back to the GPS, so I will catch up with y'all in a few. All right, feeling better. Had my first stop in Denver for breakfast. I went to the French Press on whatever street this is, and I was recommended the corned beef hash, which was actually amazing, and I'm glad that I went for it because I am a big Yelp person, so I definitely was on Yelp like, let's see what looks good, and then I'll go based on that. But nothing was really catching my attention on Yelp, so I asked the cashier who was taking my order, like, oh, what would you recommend? He says, oh, do you want something sweet or savory? I say savory because, you know, since I'm out on the road and stuff, I would like something that is not gonna make me feel super dehydrated, but I also wanted a little bit more protein. I don't know which way I'm going. Hold on. All right, there's no sunlight going this way. Okay. But yeah, he's like, okay, I recommend this, and this. He tells me about the corned beef hash, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Like, what? Ooh, sorry. Yeah, their streets are really tight in here, and they have a lot of one-way streets. But anyways, he said the corned beef hash, and I'm like, so I looked up a photo on Yelp of what that is, and it didn't look good. It looked burnt, and it just didn't look like it was gonna hit. So he talked to me a little bit about that. I was like, what even is corned beef? And he said it's basically like, kind of like slow cooked pulled pork, which was a really good explanation because that's basically what it was, but beef. And it was so good. It had eggs and potatoes, and then, you know, I had to put a little bit of hot sauce on that thing. It was so good. Definitely had to take it to go because I couldn't finish it all. But I will definitely be, ooh, there goes the sun again. I will definitely be attacking that later today. But now I am back on the road for another 6 hours and 45 minutes because I am going to the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. So off to the next state. And I will keep y'all updated. I thought of another tip. Keep an eye on your gas tank, because yesterday when I was driving through Utah, and I'm thinking of it now because I'm on this one road for another like 130 miles, and sometimes there are no gas stations. So I've been trying to wait until I get to about 44 miles left in my tank, and then I'll be like, okay, let me fill it up. But I did that yesterday, and thankfully, but also scarily, if that's a word, scarily, it was scary because the nearest gas station wasn't for another 39 miles, and I drive fast, so that runs out my gas a little bit faster, you know. I made it, which is good, but a bitch was definitely on E. So if you don't want to have that kind of issue, I would definitely recommend filling up your tank once you get to about a quarter of a tank left. At least that's how I think I'm going to start moving forward. You can have like a buffering zone, maybe you can go a little less than or a little bit more than about a quarter of a tank, but I think that'll be my new safe space because you just never know when the next gas station will be. And again, that's also why I said make sure you have cups, because you never know when the next restroom is going to be available. But yeah. I've probably been driving for about, has it been an hour? I don't know. I know I have like 5.5 hours left. What's bothering me now, though, is that when I started driving this morning, I could breathe through my left nostril when my right one was stuffed, and now it's the opposite. So now I can breathe through my right one, and now the left one is stuck. Like, why? You know? But yeah. Also, interestingly, it was hot as shit in both Utah and Colorado around Cahuenga. It hit over 100 degrees at one point, and it was raining at one point too, like in one specific area. But when I started my drive this morning, it was, and the weather kind of fluctuated depending on where I was location wise, but it was like 50 something degrees, and then it became 40 something degrees, and then it's 50 again, and then it's 40 again, and then all of a sudden it's 60. And now, as I am about an hour or so-ish, maybe, away from Denver, it's about 77 degrees. But yeah, interesting stuff. I thought California was the only one with like bipolar weather, but I guess not. Something I personally enjoy, though, as I drive along these routes is, sorry, there's a bunch of cows up there living their best lives. Anyways, yes, the greenery, the life, like wildlife, and like I wish I could flip my camera, but I have the front camera on, so let me see if this will work. Damn, I don't know what you can see. Ignore the mess in my car. Don't ignore it. I hate when people say, don't mind such and such, because then that's when you start paying attention to it, right? Like when people make videos looking at a hot mess, they're like, excuse the mess. You didn't have to address it. Now I'm really looking at the mess. Anyways, yes, the greenery. Hopefully you got to see it. Cali is a desert, dry as hell, always burning. So like, for the most part, when you're looking at hills and mountains and just land in general, you're seeing dirt and brown, maybe a little bit of yellow in there, you know. But in these other states, you just see all this natural flourishment of nature and the trees and the grass and it's beautiful. Still in Nebraska, still on the road. I've been traveling, let's see, this was about 6 hours, 45 minutes. I'm about maybe 45 minutes. I've been driving for 6 hours in Nebraska. Well, that's not true. Probably like five hours maybe. But it's all the same. Just, you know, green grass and trees. And nothing's changed. Like, I'm like, where's the state at? Like, what? I don't know. I'm just like, where's the population? You feel me? You know? The greenery is beautiful, but like, where are the cities? Where people? Stores? Gas stations? I don't know. I was just thinking that. Because I don't know how far the eyes can see, but however far I'm seeing, I'm not seeing anything but grass, you know. I guess that's Nebraska for you. They wasn't lying when they said, like, the states in the middle of the United States, like the Utah, Colorado, the Oklahoma, all the ones that are, like, smack dab in the middle. Ain't nothing out here. I see what they mean. Because I ain't seen shit. All right. It's day 3, 1:40 p.m. I am now in Indiana. I have been driving about 4 hours now. I stopped in Chicago, and I don't know if it was because I was a little hangry or what, or either because I was hangry or because Chicago is like it's city life for sure. Similar to Boston, and I don't even know how to describe it because I've only really been to Boston on the East Coast. But you have pedestrians walking everywhere, just all up in the way. These big ass buildings, just literally all over the place. No parking. And I just wanted to stop for lunch, but my GPS kept trying to take me down roads that weren't roads to be driven on. So I would be blocks away from wherever I wanted to eat because my GPS doesn't know where to like take me, you know? Yes, that stressed me out. So that, the car situation and being hungry, that together was just stressing me out. So I was like, I need to get out of here. I was driving in not necessarily circles, but I was going all over the place. The drivers out there were not my favorite. So yeah, I had to get out of there. Went to go get gas, got some snacks, got an apple, banana, some hot Cheeto Puffs, killed those. I ate the apple too, and then a cookie. But yeah, I got some snacks. Now I'm back on the road. I have about 3.5 hours left, or less than 3.5 hours. I'll be stopping in Ohio to visit a friend because my lease doesn't officially start till tomorrow, so I need to kill some time. So I'll be driving to Ann Arbor tomorrow, which is about an hour away from where I'll be in Ohio. There was something I was what I did want to talk about though is how much I'm really enjoying this road trip, how much I'm enjoying spending time with myself and sitting with my thoughts and listening to my old audiobooks and just vibing out to music and learning from all these podcasts and just the scenic route, just seeing everything. It's been such a great journey for me. Like, I'm really big on travel and seeing the world. So on this trip, I stopped in every state that I passed. Every state but Indiana. I'm not going to stop here. I was going to go to Indiana Dunes, but I'm just broke right now. Like, all this money I'm spending on gas and my places to stay and food, and I still need to be able to pay the next month's rent, you know. I just can't afford to. I just can't. And then I have Fast Track from Cali, but apparently the express freeways are under like different companies or whatever, so I can't use Fast Track in Indiana, so I had to pay to get on the express freeway out here, which is fine. It was like $6 maybe, but still, that was a cost I wasn't expecting. So all of the money that's coming out of this, I need to try to save as much as possible. I gotta make sure I'm good while I'm out here for the duration of the time that I'm out here. But yeah, still I'm loving this experience. And like I said before moving, I felt ready for this move. Because me personally, I can say that honestly for about like at least a year, but I think 2 years, because I want to say the whole time I was in grad school, I was considering doing something out of state, moving out of state or whatever. But I know my last year of grad school for sure, I was like, yo, I'm ready to get out of Cali. I'm ready to move on. I just want to explore the world. I'm getting my degree, which I already have right now. I have no kids. I'm new, like starting out new in my career. Like, even though I don't have a full-time job yet. But, you know, I'm moving towards my full-time career, lifestyle. So I want to just see what else is out there. Because Californians, one thing about us, and I'm glad I grew out of this, is because we have access to literally everything, we feel like there's nothing better out here. You want to go to the snow? We got the snow. You want mountains? We got it. You want beaches? We got it. Food places and diversity and liberalism, things like that. We just have everything. So we get so stuck in this mindset of, oh, I'm in Cali, I'm in the best place ever, that we don't want to explore other places. Take ticket 1 mile. Easy pass only. I hope I don't have to pay again. Because if so, I need to get off this this freeway and go to the free one. Hello, everyone. It is officially move-in day. I am now leaving Ohio and on my way to Ann Arbor. It's about a 49-minute drive. Lease is finally getting finalized. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to get all this shit out of my car. I'm just super excited. Like, you see, I had to look nice to add to the feeling of niceness, you know? I'm ready to go. My armpits are starting to sweat because it's hot in this car. And I need to get back to GPS. So once I'm officially on the road and traveling down one path and I don't have to make any navigational turns, I will start talking again and wrap up my road trip video. Alrighty, officially on the freeway. So I wanted to kind of wrap up my road trip vlog with, I guess, tips. Even though I talked about the tips along the route, things that have been super helpful, I want to do that again as a final wrap up. So one thing I can say, cruise control has been my motherfucking friend. Because sometimes you just want to lay back and just check out. Still be tuned in with the road, obviously, but check out mentally. You just want to flow, you just want to vibe. So cruise control has been helpful. I get to stretch my feet, point, flex, Taking breaks. I know at the start of this video I said something about taking a break every 2 hours. Once I was in the zone and I was like, okay, push through this hour, push through this 30 minutes, X, Y, Z. I'd say the longest duration I drove without a break, probably 4 hours. Probably about 4 hours. I don't think I pushed a full 6. Maybe I did on one of my days. I don't exactly remember, but 4 hours for sure. And I wouldn't even, or what I would do, depending on how I felt, like if I had to pee or not. I didn't end up peeing on the road anymore. I only did that once, and that was in Vegas, or on the road to Vegas. And it was at like midnight. It was dark, so I was fine. But every other restroom break I needed to take, I just went to a gas station or something. But for my little stops that I made every 4 hours, I would just pull off the side of the freeway on the shoulder, turn my car off, let Kiki breathe a little bit. My baby, sometimes she needs to rest too. And then I would just get out, do my stretches, get a few jumps in, wake myself up. And I didn't time these. I just went based off feeling. I made sure I stretched whatever was feeling tight. I got some mobility in, some arm circles, hip openers, just things to work my joints a little bit more. Another tip, get good sleep. If you need to, get like a cloudy pen or some melatonin supplements. And take that, like, as soon as you get to your Airbnb, or I don't know if you have more space in your car and you can stop on the road and, like, sleep in your car. Take it, well, I don't know how to answer for that part because you don't want to take it while you're driving. But yeah, if you're going to an Airbnb, like my plan was to get to each of my Airbnbs by no later than 7 p.m. And I want to say consistently, like Monday night and Tuesday night, I got to my, and Wednesday, I got to my Airbnbs by like 6 p.m. So it was still daylight. I had enough time to, you know, shower, contact whoever I needed to, letting them know that I made it to my destination for the night. Yeah. And I think like the first night at least, when I hit my Cloudy, which is a vape pen, a melatonin vape pen, I'll say. I want to say if I got there at 6, I think I hit it after I took my shower. Because when you hit it, at least for me, when I hit it a certain number of times, like more than 7 times, it'll knock me out in like 30 minutes. So that refractory period, it's not too long. So I didn't want to take it too soon and not reach out to whoever I needed to reach out to or something like that. One second. 12-hour drive the first day, about 13-14 hours the second day, and 8 hours the next day. Well, plus the 1 hour today. Overall, I've enjoyed the journey. I've enjoyed the scenery along the route. I've enjoyed the food. I have enjoyed seeing, I don't want to say the different cultures, but I guess I can say cultures, the different cultures of the different states. Like, is it Nebraska? Whole bunch of nothing. You're just driving, looking at grass and trees, which was beautiful, but I was just like, where are the cities? Where's the life? Where's the population? That was different. But then when you get to Indiana, that looks like, no offense to Indianans, but it's like hillbilly town. It reminds me of Chico. It reminds me of the city of Chico. Not really my style. Looks like it's like farm country, farmhouse, you know. That's the vibe it gave me. Not really my style. But that's okay. That's okay. To each their own. If you live out there, power to you. Yeah, so anyone soon to embark on a journey, you can do it. I believe in you. I hope you believe in you. Plan ahead. Be mindful of your gas tank. Know your route. And how do I want to say this? Think about where you want to stop in advance. So for example, for me, like I mentioned, I stopped once in every state because I personally just wanted to have the experience in different states. So I just picked like a hot spot for me in every location, and then rest stops I added along the way. That was just based off of, you know, auto regulation, feeling how I feel, paying attention to my body and what I need. Make sure you budget your funds. I like to overestimate so I can be mindful of that kind of thing. So like, for example, when it came to gas, I knew I was driving a certain amount of miles. I know that my car holds a certain number of mileage with the specific amount of gas it has, or however you want to word that. So then I kind of just did the math based on that, and I determined it was approximately $500 that I would need. I think so far I've probably spent last time I calculated, if I remember correctly, it was about $467, so basically $500. So, you know, overestimate so that you have, you know, that buffering window. Make yourself feel better. I feel better for spending $467 over $500, you feel me? But that, Airbnbs, I have purchased those in advance, so I knew the exact cost, but even before then, I estimated it would be about $150. I was like, okay, let's assume, because originally I was going to do, well, I did do 30. I assumed $50 for each. So I was like, okay, $150. Only ended up spending $120. Boom. $30 saved in my brain. Food. That one I just kind of estimated. I want to say I said, I don't know if I said $100 or $150, because I didn't know, like, I thought I would be making more stops for food, but I was actually fine on that end. I did have a few snacks in here, and then, you know, gas station snacks. So yeah, I think so far on food I spent somewhere around $60 maybe for the 3 days. One thing I can say, Kiki has collected a lot of bugs and bird shit on this route. I remember I stopped at the gas station. I wiped my windshield, got back on the road, and by the end of that night, it was back to where it was after like the initial drive. And I was like, okay. So I just can't wait to clean my car, vacuum her out. I did have a few snack spills in the seat. You know, we gonna have to get those. I wanted to add, with the Airbnbs that I stay in, I usually just get a room. I don't get the whole unit. One, because it saves money, and two, as long as I have a private room and bathroom, I feel comfortable. The hosts are usually verified. I always read the reviews. So I feel like I'm in good hands. I remember, like, I actually got this idea from a friend. Like, before, I would never have been interested in staying in somebody's house while they're there. But for the most part, I don't really see the people who live there. Only one time, which was when I went to Louisiana for a conference. I stayed in New Orleans, and the guy who had the room for Airbnb, he was there. They ended up going out of town, but he also had a roommate, so the roommate was there. But we didn't really see each other. It was kind of like an in-passing thing, like maybe they're watching TV or chilling in the living room and we're trying to walk to the room. So, you know, there's that interaction there. But yeah, that was the one Airbnb where I had a private room and bathroom, and I had to actually interact with the host. So I don't know, just in case someone's like, how do you afford these Airbnbs, or how did you spend that much or that little, or I don't know what your mindset is on that. Or in case anyone's just interested, maybe they've never rented out one room in someone's house and they're like not comfortable with it. They just want to know, like, how is that? It's fine. No, I haven't had any negative experiences or issues. They're usually very kind, helpful. They've been accommodating, all that. But yeah, just wanted to share that. Alrighty, I want to go ahead and wrap up this video. I am officially moved in. I am currently at the store. I gotta get like bedding, comforter set, all that. I need a shower caddy. I want to get a new TV, but I'm probably not gonna do that. Let me not get a TV. I want a TV. But anyways, yeah, I gotta do a little bit of shopping. Gotta go to the grocery store. Hopefully I'll have time to take a nice walk. If not, I want to do all that tomorrow. Kiki is finally cleaned out. Yes, baby girl. I can't wait to wash my car though. Like, I need a good vacuum going on. I need to disinfect. I see a little bit of like dried up orange juice still sitting up here. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you took something from my journey. Hopefully me blabbing and just talking about whatever gave you ideas of your own, or helped you with your confidence and your move, or I don't know, hopefully it just gets you thinking. Yeah, I recommend it. Shit, get in your car, pack it up, drive across the country. It's a good time. I'm telling you, just have those things to keep you entertained. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're mindful of how you feel and what you need when it comes to food and hydration and sleep, nutrition. But yeah, let me get in the store because it's hot in the car. All right, bye you guys.